This is a paternity action. The parties have reached a partial agreement. There is one child before the court. Parties agree to a standard possession order. The parties agree to a geographic restriction to the child's primary residence to Dallas in contiguous counties. Both parties deny a pattern of family violence during the last 2 years. I will now take testimony on the non-agreed issues. Ma'am, can you state your name for the record?
Aisha.
And ma'am, what is the age of the child in this case?
4 years old.
And ma'am, who is the father, the biological father of this child?
McKinney.
You are not requesting DNA testing?
No.
And you understand that today Mr. McKinney would be established as a legal father with all the rights and responsibilities?
Yes.
Okay, ma'am, did you hear those agreed portions that I read into the record?
Yes.
Are those still your agreements?
Yes.
Ma'am, who does the child currently live with?
She lives with me.
And ma'am, are you in agreement to a joint managing conservatorship with you and the father?
Yes.
Okay. You understand that you both would have worked together to make decisions over the child's life?
Yes.
How is the child currently covered through health insurance?
She's on her dad's insurance.
Okay, and you're in agreement with the father being ordered to continue carrying that health insurance?
Yes.
And ma'am, is the child visiting with the father 50-50? How many days does the child stay with you?
We rotate. We rotate every other weekend. So it's sort of kind of 50-50, but it's really not because of his work schedule. So even on the days that he's supposed to have her, I have her until he gets off of work.
Okay, so this past week, just to make sure we cover this topic. So this past week, how many days did the child spend at your house to sleep?
She spent like maybe 8 hours each day.
Did she sleep at your house?
No, she slept at her dad's.
Okay. Is that because you're working at night, or what is the reason that she sleeps at her dad's house?
She slept at her dad's house because I started work last week. My week was 4 to 12. So he would have her and then drop her off every morning at 5 a.m. all last week.
Okay, ma'am. So the state has calculated child support at $672 if the judge finds that it should be awarded. Are you in agreement or disagreement with that amount? Can you repeat that, or you kind of broke up?
I agree.
Okay, all right. Do you have any other information you would like to offer to the court?
Yes, our daughter is, she has autism, so she's not able to stay with a lot of people. So like I've been having her pretty much all the time. It's just last week that he was helping me out to watch our daughter.
Okay. And ma'am, are you
it's been hard, and it's been hard for me to keep a job because he works mornings, and I've been pretty much losing out on opportunities because I'm having to make sacrifice for our daughter because he can't.
Ma'am, are you requesting retroactive support?
No.
Okay. I pass this witness. I call the father. Sir, can you state your name for the record?
McKinney.
And sir, are you the biological father of the child in this case?
Yes.
And you're not requesting DNA?
No.
And you understand that today you would be legally established as the father with all the rights and responsibilities?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And did you hear the agreements that I read into the record?
Yes.
Are those still your agreements?
Everything but besides the money part, besides the child support, I don't agree with.
Okay. So you agree on joint managing conservatorship?
Yes. Yes.
And that the mother is a primary conservator?
Yes.
You agree to a standard possession order? Is that a yes? And you're in agreement to a geographic restriction to Dallas and contiguous counties?
Yes.
And you're in agreement that the judge order you to carry the health insurance for the child?
Yes.
How much is that health insurance?
Maybe like 65 a week.
A week?
Yes.
Is that just for you or for you and the child?
Me and the child.
Is the child currently enrolled?
Yes.
You know how much is a child's portion?
I don't.
So if we were to just do 65 for like 2 weeks, be about $120 for just the child's portion if we were to divide it evenly, correct?
Correct.
All right. And sir, the state has calculated child support at $672. Are you in agreement with that amount?
No.
Okay. And what is the reason that you're in disagreement?
Because we broke up last September in 2022, and we've been having a Miss Ewing doesn't have her no more than what I have her. And yes, she is correct. When I have to go to work, I have to drop her off. And then when it's my days, and then when I get off work, I go back and pick her up. But other than that, I think it's been 50-50 since we've been broken up. If she needs anything, we go half on it, or Miss Ewing might provide it, or I might provide it on my own. But we have it the same amount of time. Okay.
So you're saying, are you alleging that you and the mother currently are the time of possession is 50-50? Half the time she's with her, half the time is she's with you?
Correct.
And how long has that been going on?
Since last September, since we split up.
Okay. And who has and the child is 4 years old?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have any additional information you would like to offer to the court?
No, ma'am.
Your Honor, I pass this witness.
All right. The parts y'all agreed to, those are all fine. It sounds like y'all are splitting, so it doesn't make sense to do child support. Y'all need to figure out what you're going to do. If Ms. Ewens, if your order hours are going to change, y'all may need to both look into daycare so that y'all can both work. I don't know what the resolution to that is. But as it stands right now, the last week, y'all were splitting. Y'all sound like y'all been splitting for a while. So it's not right for me to order somebody to pay child support if y'all are splitting the child half and half. So that's something that can be resolved in the future. But right now, as it stands today, I can't make that decision.
Your Honor, we're not actually splitting. We're not actually splitting the days, though. But
you're splitting the nights.
The way it works.
He testified, ma'am, you just testified that he's had the child at night and you've had the child during the day. Isn't that about half the 24 hours?
That was only last week. For the last 6 months, I've been keeping her 24/7. He has to go to work. He drops her off. No, even his days, he drops her off at 5 a.m. every morning. They say he's supposed to have her, and then he picks her up between 2:30 and 6 o'clock p.m. He doesn't have.
Your audio is breaking up a lot, Ms. Ewens.
It was only last week. Actually, last week he only because last week he was supposed to have her Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and I was supposed to keep her Wednesday and Thursday. So he only kept her 2 days last week. It's not actually 50-50. If Aisha,
I'm not gonna have y'all have
you were supposed to
stop, Mr. McKinney. Don't
you were supposed to have her.
Ms. Ewens, I just said I don't want.
Your Honor, what
I'm saying is y'all are splitting 50-50. If y'all are gonna have an agreement that he's supposed to have Monday to Thursday, he needs to do Monday to Thursday. Leave it to Mr. McKinney to find daycare for those days that he's gonna have the child. Don't step in and make it easier for him because he doesn't understand that it costs money when the child has to be found, and you can now earn money when he doesn't have the child. So that's my decision. You have 7 days to file an appeal, and then you can.
My daughter doesn't even talk, and she has autism.
Okay, that doesn't change anything.
My daughter does not talk, and she has autism. Okay. But how does he have a 50-50 when he hasn't done anything? He hasn't helped me none financially. Every job I didn't lost because I'm taking care of her every morning so he can go to work. So I don't see how that's fair.
You have 7 days to appeal my decision. That's what I've decided. I'm not going to argue with you on it. From what y'all testified to, y'all are splitting. It just isn't working very well. Y'all need to figure out a way to make it work better. The Attorney General's office will draft an order. Y'all are done with court. You can press leave on the Zoom to exit out. Thank you.